Hey guys, welcome back to The Wire. It's now time for another round of Shot Clock. We have 3 questions on deck, 24 seconds for each. Matthew, are you ready to go?
You don't know me. I'm ready for this. Let's go.
Oh, that was weak. All right, Daryl, get us started with question number 1.
Hi guys, I'm here in my official news anchor position this time, so I got question number 1 for you. Now, we have seen a countless number of teams and individual athletes standing up against issues like the Michael Brown case, along with Eric Garner. Do you think athletes have a responsibility to speak up on social causes?
Responsibility here is the key word. Do they have a responsibility to speak up? I would say no. You don't have to speak up unless you feel the need to. It's your freedom. At the same time, saying it's your freedom, that has a little bit of a twist on it too, because these players are playing on a team that's also governed by a professional organization. So if you're in the NBA and you're LeBron James, you're on the Cleveland Cavaliers, you need to make sure that the Cavaliers organization probably feels the same way you do, and then do you have to go up to the NBA? I'm not sure that's a question that probably needs to be asked, but I have no problem with the I Can't Breathe shirts. I mean, that's on video of Eric Garner saying that himself, and if you feel the need to speak up and speak your mind by showing that visualization on your shirt, I say go for it. I've seen St. Louis Rams players hands in the air doing, hands up, don't shoot. I kind of have a problem with that just because the grand jury did have eyewitness testimony that says that did not actually happen, and that's the facts. And so when you come out and say that, then it goes back on the St. Louis Police Department and the whole investigation, and it kind of makes that tainted. So overall responsibility, I would say no.
Responsibility is the key word, and I would say no. I have no problem doing it. This isn't the first time a gesture like that had been done. Take it back to 1968, the first I can think of with that old fist in the Olympics. That's the most prevalent case you can go. They have as much a right to as actors and actresses and celebrity, just to speak your mind, absolutely. And as long as they're not inciting riots and taking it back to Ferguson there in that regard, I see no problem with it. But responsibility, no, it's on your contract. Just go out and do your job. But at the same time, if you feel the need to do that, absolutely, as long as you're not thwarting anyone's peace.
Yeah, when the camera's on you and you
have the spotlight, you choose to do it, that's fine in my eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to college football outside of the top 4 playoff teams. Which bowl game are you most looking forward to?
Oh, there's all sorts of great games this time of round. I was thinking Texas against Arkansas down in Houston. That's going to be a great game in the Texas Bowl, hard-nosed football. But I'm saying TCU against Ole Miss. These are 2 teams that could have easily made the top 4 in the playoff, but now we're going to get to see them go head-to-head. TCU bringing in a great offense with Trevon Boykin leading the way. He should have been on the Heisman list. And then Ole Miss bringing in one of the best defenses in the country. Actually, the best if we're talking points per game. They allow like 13.8 points per game. Nobody does it better than Ole Miss right now on defense. They also got a great offense with Bo Wallace at quarterback, but I like TCU's chances. I'm just excited to see how that one plays out.
Absolutely. It's all about the teams that were snubbed from the playoffs. And, of course, as we know, the 2 of them in the Big 12, I'm going to stick with you in that regard. I'm going to take it to the AT&T Stadium. I'm going to go Baylor and Michigan State. Old Brawls just speaking his mind why they got snubbed and talking about, what was it, being living and dying in Texas and being buried in Texas? Yeah, well, guess what? The game's going to be in Texas against one of the better Big Ten teams, Connor Cook, one of the top quarterbacks in this coming draft. When he's going to go, he's in that regard. Baylor's got an excellent offense. It's definitely their game to lose. It's going to be exciting, though. That's for sure.
Playing in Texas, Baylor has definitely the advantage there. It's going to be a lot of green, and Michigan State's also green.
Yeah, their defense isn't that. Yeah, there you go. Correlation too. Their defense isn't not as good as TCU, so I expect them to give some points away, making it for a great overall contest.
Yeah, who knows how that one could play out. Michigan State could easily come in and play well.
They want to make a statement for their conference.
Yeah, they really do.
And finally, of all the locations for this year's college football bowl schedule, which game would you like most to go to based on location?
Okay, so if we're only talking about the location, not necessarily how good these teams are, I'm going out to the Bahamas. You got the Popeyes Bahamas Bowl. Oh, it's Central Michigan. Central Michigan against Western Kentucky. You're going out there hanging in the Bahamas. You got stingrays. You get a little snorkel in you. I mean, this is going to be awesome. The Bahamas Bowl just sounds so fun. There's a ton of bowl games in Florida this year, but that's not the Bahamas. I mean, we're talking about the Bahamas. I'm taking Popeye's Bahamas Bowl. That's my favorite.
Can you say Bahamas one more time?
Bahamas! I'm excited for it.
That's convincing. I'm a man of simple taste. I'm going to have to go with the Vegas Bowl. Hands down, Vegas, baby. I love it so.
Some of these kids aren't even 21. They can't even gamble.
And that's a shame. I'll tell you what, but those seniors and that place kicker, that he's going to have a time of his life there. It's just a great place. I don't know if you've been there, but it's a fun place. I like it. I can't get away from the tables. I don't think they should be at the tables. I think they should be preparing, but at the same time, I think they should go see a good show or two. Is Jersey Boys still playing?
Maybe so.
Maybe so. I would check it out.
Coaches are probably going to have their hands full with that one.
No,
Can you
yeah,
imagine
the
Texas
patrolling all these
A&M
boys?
last year, Johnny Manziel playing in Vegas? I mean, God,
Pandemonium.
going to have to keep some of these kids locked in their rooms.
While we're on the topic,
Bring a bunch of Xboxes.
I'll tell you where I wouldn't want to play.
Yeah, where's that?
The Idaho Potato Bowl in Boise.
That's
It's at
big cold.
Albertson Stadium. And who are the teams again? Western Michigan and Air Force? Man,
Yeah.
it's the pits. Albertson Stadium, that's not even my favorite supermarket.
Yeah.
It's just unpleasurable.
You got to go HEB.
HEB.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you back here next week.
All right, thank you, Daryl, for our questions. That does it for another round of Shot Clock, but the Wire is back right after this. We got another round of The Buzz coming your way. But first, let's take a look at our scoreboard.